minutes I will be speaking Willie Lynn speak, so I hope you can keep up. Okay. I'll start to go backwards actually. I'll talk about some of the evaluations of their key evaluators. Mark and Neil. One of the things I think about you guys are both very advanced speakers, and you're both evaluating very advanced speakers. So I think it's a great opportunity for you not just to praise and uplift and encourage, but also to really be critical. To give them those helpful hints that so few people can really give them. So I would encourage you guys in this situation to be more critical and really give them some new bars to raise challenges. I think that's a great opportunity when you advance evaluators with advanced speakers. Michelle, great job, and I know you worked hard on that. New speaker, relatively new, so I really was impressed with that. Very brave as well. I'm going to go to a timer. I think we are very often in our clubs make the mistake of thinking that timer solve is just relaxing. You give somebody a stopwatch, that's all they really got to do. But I think the important thing we should remember is that timer, and all of you who are going to be a timer, also has the responsibility and authority to help manage time. And time's gone away from us today. And I know in the first meeting it's going to happen, so it's understandable, but I think it's a good challenge. If we're going to start a new club, let's start to be punctual, let's give people some accountability so that they can trust on when they come to these meetings. So I would be more aggressive in working with our TME and our speakers and leaders to keep our meetings on time. That would be my challenge, and when we need to adopt our agenda to keep us a bit more on time. In particular, one area where I would have suggested this for everyone involved in this planning of this, I would say when Sandy Sue stepped out and when we were running late, I would not take the last-minute third speaker. It was not necessary. Carolyn already had a scheduled role, which is very important. That table topics role is important. She had a job, leave her in that job. She could do that other speech any time at these meetings. It was not necessary to confuse people, to rush, to panic. And then because of that, put more stress on the new table topics master, Athena, who is running around the last minute finding out who can I call on, and holding up the meeting during this time, while Douglas had to do the table topics master's role, explaining the rules. So it added more frustration and panic to an already, first meeting. You don't want to do that. There's enough stress in a launch meeting like this, isn't there? Don't make it worse. Right? Keep it simple, keep it light. I think a new club, and especially a club like this, should also value the break time, the intermission. Don't compromise. Don't cut that down to 5 minutes, because fellowship is part of what Toastmasters is about. Many people cannot come early or stay late. So I think within the meeting time, we should give people sufficient time for chatting, for getting to know each other. I think we'll really appreciate it in a club like this especially. So I look forward to having longer breaks. Alright, so a lot of it has to do with time. And this started before the meeting. One is our Facebook page, our agenda. We have a consistent theme for this club already. The branding for this club, the information on the Facebook group, the address, the map, very helpful. I would maybe suggest using that, let's put a tag message at the top of this Facebook group. I would use that for the basic information, address, time, location, maybe a visual printed map. Maybe have a JPEG we could download that has all that units in the taxi driver. I noticed as I was going with my taxi in circles here, I wasn't the only one. I picked someone else up and brought it over here. So, of course, now we all know where we're going for the meeting. But I really appreciated that. I consider that to be part of our meeting. This agenda as well, very nice. It has all our times here, the start time, end time. It really helps people get a feeling for how the meeting will run. Again, I encourage us to try to stick to that and to watch this a bit more. Alright, related to time, I would say for some of us maybe sticking closely to our main responsibility and time. Again, with time I talked about TME, sometimes elaborated more than necessary in a tight meeting already. But of course we like that. We wanted him to do this job. I know he's enthusiastic, he has life and energy. We appreciate it, but with time we want to consider that. Hairstyle, I like the word, it's a great word for this meeting. The time club, the Trinity is perfect. However, as you got into a story which laid a great foundation, you got distracted and really didn't give us enough substance to work off for using the word. examples, definitions, to encourage us to use it. So maybe try to do that a bit more. What else we got here? How's my time, by the way?
5 minutes.
Because as we were watching, the back to our TMA story, as we had kind of a Russian of our district governor, it felt kind of Russian. I wasn't even sure you mentioned his name. Of course, most of us know him, so it's okay. Overall, though, what I really like about this meeting is the energy and the kind of a consistent direction for where this is going. And as was already discussed with this Facebook group, he's got a big vision that can kind of align everybody's idea of what the objectives of this club are and where the general idea is for that. I appreciate that, and I like how he had a really good 30-minute speech to present that. Something I would recommend maybe to Lester for that instead of a 30-minute speech, you could perhaps arrange a collaborative approach where you share part of the message, and then someone else can do the leadership communication track portion, and then a third person does something else. So 3 people are doing speeches and getting credit, but we don't have 50 minutes of speech time, and it might be a great way of teamwork. So that might be something to consider. And with that, I see a red card, so I better stop talking and go to the next half, which is our award. However, I maybe did not remind you, but have you already collected these cards? If you have not handed in your evaluation or your voting card, please do that now. Looks like we're done. I see they do actually have certificates in their hand, so great work on that. Keeping on time for that. And I'm going to invite back the person who can answer, who's been doing a great job so far, our poor crippled friend Douglas.